Hello, sweet friends. It's Mandy here with a little bit of a energy update for you as it feels like the volume is really being turned up on emotions in general. When I was sitting with spirit today and even now as I was opening to receive information to share, there is a big calling to all of us to be able to self navigate through the intensity and overwhelming feeling of some of the emotions that are coming up. And you may find that a lot of people around you right now are quite, I don't want to use the word volatile. That's the word that came into mind, but it's not so aggressive. It's more like imagine small children who just can't do anything other than immediately express how dissatisfied they are with things, how frustrated they are with things. There's this projection that is starting to happen more and more, and everybody's kind of bouncing off of each other and sparking internal conflict within those who are around them. And Spirit is really calling all of us to be willing to own our part of it. So if you find yourself over the top emotional, struggling to be peopling, struggling to have compassion or understanding for everybody who's kind of flinging their shit around out there, remember all you have to do is stay in your own lane. You just have to come back to yourself. And the moment that you're willing to shift your perspective from outside of you and the people who are frustrating you and the situations who are frustrating you, and you bring it back into what's my part in this? Why am I feeling this way? And also, I'm okay with the fact that I am feeling frustrated, angry, sad, overwhelmed. I'm okay with that. It's okay that I'm feeling that way. I am learning to navigate how I feel. When you can start shifting your perspective that way, you will find that you will be able to shift some of that internal challenge that feels like it's squeezing you into a space of discomfort. And remember that the discomfort that comes from navigating our own life experience is what is birthing us into the next phase of it. And the next phase of it is what you have been calling to you. So, whatever it is you want to manifest in your life, we have to go through this birth canal piece to get there. And the more that you can keep your focus on your own canal and in your own lane, the faster you will come out on the other side and the less you will be triggered and impacted by external influences. Because, guys, everybody right now is in the same space. Emotions are high, opinions are very high, fears are becoming very high and accelerated. A lot of people latching on to fear right now, but you can come back into your own center. A couple of things that you can do really tie back to grounding. If you don't know how to ground yourself, I'm going to invite you to check out my Instagram and look at the 30-day mindset reset, because the first few days are grounding techniques. If you're not on Instagram or you can't access that, then I highly recommend doing simple things like getting outside, putting your feet in nature, filling your bathtub with a little bit of water, just like 10 centimeters of water, throwing in some salt, sticking your feet in it. No social media, guys. Just be present with your feet in that salt water and ask for things to be drawn down. You really want to bring your experience, because when we get emotional, we experience things like right here. We get tight throat, we get pulsing like heart palpitations, and we get a racing mind. And the goal is to bring that energy that's kind of conglomerating here, bring it down into a natural flow through our entire body. So you can try and imagine stretching it down through the rest of your body and out your feet. You can also hug a tree. You can also smell a flower. You can meditate. But oftentimes, when our mind is racing, it's very difficult to meditate. Guided meditations might help, but again, the quickest way to get yourself back into your own lane and back into the present moment is to ground yourself. If you can't get outside into nature, the breath is another way that you can do it. Breathe as deeply as you can, all the way in, all the way down to your core, all the way down, all the way down, like deep into your belly, as wide as your lungs will allow you. And then hold for a second and then exhale, and do that a few times. That will also relax the nervous system a little bit. But it is truly time, friends, for um, accountability. We all need to be accountable to our own emotions and to our own experience. And it can be so difficult when all of us are in a space of being squeezed, when everything looks like it's chaos, when it seems like nothing good is ever going to happen again, when the fear has us wound so tight that we feel like this is as good as it gets. And friends, that is a lie that we tell ourselves when we are in this moment, when we are in the moment of temporary amnesia, not remembering that we are a spiritual being having a physical experience. And if you can just pull back into the knowing that the spiritual part of yourself, your soul, the observer, whatever you want to call it, your connection to the divine, your connection to the earth, your connection to aliens, whatever you connect to, if you can shift your perspective back into a space where you are not just of this body and of the chaos of the earth, you will transform your challenges into opportunities. I'm wishing you the most glorious day. And I hope that this lifted you a little bit and gave you a little bit of space to consider ways that you can bring yourself back into your own center and feel a little bit safer and feel a little bit calmer and feel a little more empowered. Till the next time, friends.